University Challenge. Asking the questions, Amol Virgin.
Hello and welcome to University Challenge and to another of this year's first round heats. Two more student teams will begin their series campaigns tonight, and if they want to be absolutely sure of a place in round two, they need to win. If they can't manage that, they'll need to hope their losing score is high enough for a place in this year's repechage. St Catharines College, Cambridge is named for the patron saint of scholars, Catherine of Alexandria, and rather morbidly uses the wheel of her supposed martyrdom as a college symbol. In 2014, it became the first college in Cambridge or Oxford to fly a pride flag in honour of visiting alumnus Ian McKellen. And other notable graduates include the comedian Richard Ayoade, the actor Rebecca Hall, and her father Peter. The college has appeared in this competition just twice in the last 20 years and has never got further than the quarter-finals. Let's meet the team representing it this year.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm from Cambridge and I'm studying physical natural sciences.
Hi, I'm Malhar Moharir. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I'm doing a master's in politics and international studies.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Nina Jarvis. I'm from North Norfolk and I'm studying biological natural sciences.
Hi, I'm Larabella Myers. I'm from Milan in Italy and South East London, and I'm studying an MPhil in technology policy.
Now, Wadham College, Oxford has a similar record in this competition, having managed a quarter-final finish in 2007 and only a handful of appearances since. Wadham takes its name from its founder, Dorothy Wadham, who was the first woman who was not a member of the royal family or the titled aristocracy to found an Oxbridge college. In the 1650s, it was the home of the Oxford Philosophical Club, which included Robert Boyle and Christopher Wren, while more recent graduates include the novelist Monica Ali and the broadcaster Melvyn Bragg. Let's meet the team playing on its behalf tonight.
Hi, I'm Arav Balore from San Jose, California, and I'm studying economics and management.
Hi, I'm Arthur Bellamy. I'm from Brentwood in Essex, and I'm studying English.
And their captain?
Hi, I'm Johnny Worden. I'm from Cambridge, and I'm doing a Masters in Mathematical and Theoretical Physics.
Hi, I'm Anjali Chung. I'm from Northwest London, and I'm reading experimental psychology.
Well, you all look ready, so should we get straight into it? Fingers on buzzers. Here is your first starter for 10. Good luck. The large stone castles at Windsor and Cardiff are among those built on the site of earlier strongholds known by what hyphenated term, comprising words meaning raised earthwork and enclosed...
Wadham Worden.
Martin Bailey Castle.
Yes, it is. Well done. Yeah. Your bonuses are on musicals by Stephen Sondheim. In each case, I want you to give the title of the musical from the description. First, a 1973 romantic farce inspired by a 1955 film by Ingmar Bergman. Much of its music is in 3/4 time and includes the well-known song Send in the Clowns.
Oh, it could be a chorus line, but I'm not sure.
Do you have any good guesses?
No, it's not. It's nothing better than that, no.
Okay.
I'd nominate Bellamy.
A chorus line?
Bad luck. It's A Little Night Music. Secondly, a 1981 musical based on a 1934 play of the same name. It is notable for an experimental plot where the main characters age in reverse, with the musical beginning in 1980 and ending in 1955.
The only thing I can think is Benjamin Button. I don't think that's a play or a musical.
Do we have any other?
I have no idea, sorry.
Nothing. Pass.
Yeah, it's definitely not Benjamin Button. It's Merrily We Roll Along. Finally, a 1962 musical based on the comedies of the Roman playwright Plautus.
Nominate me.
Nominate Bellamy.
A funny thing happened to me on the way to the forum.
I'm so sorry, I can't accept that. The title, which is the thing that we asked for and have to therefore get absolutely correct, is A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. Bad luck. Right, another starter question. What short word precedes problem in the title of a Sherlock Holmes story set partly in Switzerland, girl in the name of a trope in slasher?
Wadham Balore.
Final.
It is final, yes, well done. Your bonuses, Wadham, are on Nobel Prize-winning physicists featured in the 2023 film Oppenheimer. In each case, identify the person from an extract from their award citation. All three are American. First, played by Josh Hartnett, which applied physicist was awarded the 1939 prize for the invention and development of the cyclotron. A transuranic element is named after him.
Feynman, you think? What did you think? Actually, yeah, I think Feynman. Okay.
Feynman?
No, that's Lawrence. David Krumholtz played which physicist awarded the Nobel for his resonance method for recording the magnetic properties of atomic nuclei, also known as NMR?
I'm trying to think of other American physicists in Oppenheimer. There's Feynman. I guess that's not.
Let's just go with Feynman.
Yeah, Feynman.
No, that's Rabi. Finally, in his 20s, during the events of the film, who would later share a Nobel Prize in 1965 for fundamental work in quantum electrodynamics? He's portrayed by Jack Quaid.
Richard Feynman.
You got there in the end, yes. Well done. Now let's start the question now. Born in 1744, which French naturalist coined the word invertebrate in his work Natural History of Invertebrate Animals? His other works include Zoological Philosophy, in which he developed his now discredited theory.
Wadham Belore.
Lamarck.
It is Jean-Baptiste Lamarck. Yes, well done. Your bonuses, Wadham, are on historical regions of France. A single-word answer is sufficient in each case. Including the city of Amiens, which historical region is situated between the Ile-de-France and Artois? It largely consists of the valley of the river Somme.
So Somme is going to be north.
Normandy, maybe.
Could be Normandy.
Is that best?
I think that's our best guess.
Normandy.
No, it's Picardy. Including the city of Le Mans, which region lies between Anjou and Normandy to the east of Brittany? It shares its name with an Atlantic state of the USA.
Atlantic state. So is that going to be right? What's an Atlantic state of the USA? So Florida,
Maine,
Carolina,
Maine, Virginia, Maryland.
Right.
Maryland.
No, it's not going to be
New
Maryland.
York, Massachusetts.
No.
Maine.
Maine. Yeah, Maine.
Maine.
Yes, the French département is pronounced Maine. Including the cities of Toulouse and Montpellier, which region to the southwest of the lower Rhone Valley takes its name from the historical language of the region, itself named after its word for yes?
Languedoc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Languedoc.
Yes, Languedoc is correct. Now let's start a question. It's a picture round now, and for your picture starter, you're going to see a map of part of the UK. For 10 points, name the town indicated, which has a population of around 10,000.
Wadham Belore.
Wrexham.
No.
St Catharines, Sardisai.
Oswestry.
No, that's Ludlow. We'll take your picture bonuses in a second when you get a starter right. What two initials link the authors of these works? The 1650 poetry collection entitled The 10th Muse Lately Sprung Up in America, the 1902 novel Anna of the Five Towns, the 1688 novel Orunoko, or The Royal Slave.
Wadham Bellamy.
AB.
AB is correct. Yes, well done. Your picture bonuses then, Wadham. In 2007, Ludlow, which you saw for your picture starter, was the inaugural winner of the Great Town Award made by the Academy of Urbanism, a non-profit research organisation dedicated to urban planning. For your picture bonuses, you just need to identify 3 more places that have won this award. First, this large town, with a population of around 75,000, the Academy praised its approach to town centre regeneration and addressing social deprivation.
Okay.
Blackburn, Preston.
Right, no, that's in Scotland.
Oh,
so
that's
it's going to be,
Scotland.
yeah, so
Glasgow.
it's west of, I think it's west of Glasgow.
Dumbarton.
Dumbarton.
West of Glasgow is Paisley. Bad luck, it's Paisley. Secondly, this town, with a population of around 15,000, the Academy noted a remarkable transformation from one of the poorest towns in the county to a Renaissance town.
Penzance.
Is that
Penzance.
Penzance.
Yes. And finally, this town, also with a population of around 15,000, the Academy identified it as a notable example of how to manage economic development in a town with limited links to other urban centres.
Okay, so that's could be
Aberystwyth. Yeah.
Aberystwyth.
Correct. Let's start the question now. In upper or lower case, what single letter of the Latin alphabet is conventionally used to represent all of the following? The SI prefix for 10 to the power 18, a
St Catharines, Sardisai.
E.
E, well done, yes. Your bonuses then, St Catharines, are 3 questions on the name roots of medical disorders. The name of what sexually transmitted infection comes from the Greek for cloak. Its name derives from the observation that nuclei of infected cells appear obscured when viewed under a microscope.
Chlamydia, gonorrhea. Yeah. Chlamydia.
Correct. The name of what condition comes via Old French from a Latin word meaning a drop, stemming from the antiquated belief that it was caused by drops of viscous humours entering the joints?
Oh, like arthritis then, maybe. If it's old French. Could be though. Arthritis, maybe.
Yeah, okay, let's go with that.
Arthritis?
No, it's gout. Of Italian origin, the name of which disease comes from the fact that it was once thought to be caused by foul vapours in marshy environments?
This is malaria.
Malaria,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. Malaria?
Yeah, it literally means bad air. Let's start the question now. From the 1910s, the author Lope K. Santos launched a movement to promote a national language for which populous island country? His campaign gained the support of the statesman Manuel Quezon.
St. Catherine's Mohair.
Philippines.
Philippines is correct, yes. 3 questions for you then, St. Catherine's, on a Holy Roman Emperor. Remembered for his patronage of the arts and sciences, which grandson of Charles V was Holy Roman Emperor from 1576 to 1612? He shares a regnal name with the first German king of the Habsburg dynasty.
Frederick
Do we need a number?
Frederick II.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Frederick II?
It's Rudolph II. Which artist's portrait of Rudolph as the god Vertumnus depicts him with a pear for a nose and cherries for lips? He also painted similarly fantastical depictions of the 4 seasons.
Is it Archambaldi?
Yes, or Archambaldo. Named in memory of this emperor, the Rudolphine Tables is a star catalogue published in 1627 by which astronomer, based on the observations of his mentor Tycho Brahe?
1600s.
Is it Galileo?
Can't be Copernicus, can it?
Yeah, because it's Copernicus.
Any German
Do
astronomer? Do you have anything?
you have anything?
Anything for German? I don't know.
What any
Just go
guess?
Copernicus.
Okay.
Kepler?
Copernicus?
It's Johannes Kepler. Let's start a question. What is the surname of the saxophonist with the first name Branford, who performed with Art Blakey's Jazz Messengers, and his brother, a trumpeter who won a Pulitzer Prize for the jazz oratorio Blood on the Fields, with the first name Winton?
St. Catherine's Mohair.
Marsalis.
It is Marsalis, yes. 3 questions for you then, St. Catherine's, on an art form. Working in France during the 19th century, Nicephore Niepce and Hippolyte Bayard were among the early exponents of what art form?
Fauvism.
That's like a movement now. I thought it was going to be like sculpture or something. I don't. Or like, I mean, it could be photography if it's 18.
Okay.
Could be, yeah.
Photography?
Correct. Which early English photographer created the 1844 book Pencil of Nature, which contains pictures created using the calotype process?
Actually, just nothing. Yeah. Anything, anyone's got anything? I'll say something stupid. Yeah. No. Okay. Matthew Connell.
No, it's William Henry Fox Talbot. Which other French pioneer of photography gives his name to a process in which a plate coated with silver iodide creates a stable photographic image when exposed to fumes of mercury?
Nominate Mohair.
Daguerre.
Yes, that's right. Let's start the question now, and this is a music round. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece of classical music. For 10 points, I want you to name its composer.
Wadham.
Handel.
No, you can hear a bit more St. Catherine's, but you may not confer. Anyone?
St. Catherine's Jarvis.
Vivaldi.
Said with optimism. No, it's Boccherini. We'll take your music bonuses in just a moment. Let's start the question. What 9-letter word can describe all of the following? An aromatised wine flavoured with gentian root, an IBA official cocktail made from equal quantities of bitter Campari and sweet red vermouth with a splash of soda water, and a style of coffee prepared by diluting an espresso shot with hot water.
Wadham Bilore.
Americano.
It is Americano, yes, well done. For your music starter, you heard the minuet from Boccherini's String Quintet in E major. Your bonuses are 3 more minuet movements from 18th century works. Name the composer in each case. First.
What?
It's 18th century, so it could be Mozart.
Yeah.
Any other 18th century?
I think I'm happy with that answer. Yeah.
Or it could be.
It sounds kind of more English.
Royal Fireworks guy.
Handel. Let's say Handel. Let's say I don't want to backhand. Let's do it. Let's do it. Go on. Why not? Let's do it.
Is that Handel?
It is Handel, yes. That's from his Water Music. Secondly.
This feels like it could be Mozart.
I was thinking that or Bach.
Yeah, I was thinking
Bach.
You thinking Baroque?
let it cook.
Let it it sounds earlier.
Brahms, Bach.
We're thinking
Let's go
Bach.
Bach.
Yeah, if you guys back it.
Bach.
Is that Bach?
Yes,
Right.
that's from Brandenburg Concerto No. 1. And finally.
Yeah, it sounds kind of regal. It sounds
I mean, Mozart's kind of a safe bet,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, I honestly...
Unless you have any other
I don't have
input at all.
anything nothing like recognizable as, so I think let's go with that.
Mozart.
Yeah, from Ina Kleiner, Math Music. Let's start the question now. Sometimes lasting for several seconds due to a forbidden energy transition from a triplet state to a singlet state, what type of photoluminescence sees a substance emit light?
St Catharines Jarvis.
Fluorescence?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. You can hear a bit more of the question, Wadham, but you may not confer. Sees a substance emit light for much longer than fluorescence. This process shares a Greek word root with a chemical element isolated from urine by Hennig Brand in 1669.
Wadham Bilore.
Phosphoric.
No, sorry, that's not close enough. Phosphorescence is what I needed. Let's start the question now. In international politics, what two-word term was popularised by Joseph Nye and describes how a state can use economic or cultural influence?
Wadham Bilore.
Soft power.
It is soft power, yes. 3 questions for you, Wadham, on model organisms used in biological research. Popularised as a model organism by the scientist Sidney Brenner, what was the first multicellular organism to have its genome sequenced? It belongs to the phylum Nematoda and has been particularly useful in studies related to ageing.
It's a type of worm.
It's a type of worm.
Yeah, nematode is a type of worm.
we're gonna go-
like
Earthworm.
Earthworm, longworm. No, I don't know.
yeah, earthworm.
Earthworm?
No, bad luck. It's C. elegans, which is a roundworm. What organism in the phylum Echinodermata did the Nobel laureate Tim Hunt use to study cell division during embryogenesis? These studies resulted in Hunt discovering the cyclin proteins as key regulators of cell division.
It could be sea urchins.
Okay. If it's
Or
it's
starfish.
in a
Actually, no, go with sea stars.
Sea stars? Sea stars.
Bad luck, it's sea urchin. Finally, an important model organism, Danio rerio, is a tropical fish known by what common name after a distinctive African mammal?
Oh, is it?
Lionfish or elephant fish?
Elephant fish, maybe.
I think I've heard of lionfish.
I've heard of lionfish more.
There are
Lionfish.
And
No,
I
lionfish
specifically
is a
African.
marine. Okay, lionfish.
Lionfish?
No, it's a zebrafish. Right, let's start the question now. Name either of the destinations linked by the world's busiest air route, that is, by number of passengers carried.
Wadham Bilore.
Shanghai.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. The 70-minute domestic flight links a major national capital with an island known...
St Catharines Sardesai.
Seoul.
Yes, it links Seoul and the island of Jeju. Your bonuses then are on the names of discontinued colours from the Crayola range. Give the name of each from the description. First, retired in 1990, this colour has a name of Arawakan origin, which is the British name of a cereal grain belonging to the genus Zea.
Okay, maize?
Well done. Secondly, retired in 2003, this colour shares its name with both a type of temporary harbour used during the D-Day landings in Normandy and a fruiting plant of the genus Morus, mentioned in the opening lines of a popular nursery rhyme.
Not oranges and lemons,
No,
is it?
Morris is like a berry. So
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So which kind
like
of? Just berry? Blackberry? Is that like the landing? Okay.
I don't know.
Blackberry?
No, bad luck. It's mulberry, as in from Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush. Finally, retired in 2017, this colour is named after the flower whose name derives from the Old French for lion's tooth.
Dandelion, right?
Dandelion, yes.
Dandelion?
Correct. Let's start a question now. Because of this crop's importance in food security, the United Nations designated 2023 as the International Year of what group of small-grained, drought-resistant cereals known collectively by...
St Catharines Myers.
Sorghum.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Known collectively by a 6-letter common name. Leading producers include India and Nigeria, and widely grown species include foxtail, finger, pearl, and proso, also known as...
Barley.
Wadham Chung.
Barley.
No, it's millet. Sorghums are often grouped with millets, but not all the clues here apply to them. Let's start the question now. During the Second World War, the Road of Life was the name given to the transport routes created across which frozen lake in order to maintain supply lines to the besieged city of Leningrad. It is...
Wadham Bilore.
Pipus.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. It is the largest lake located entirely in Europe.
St Catharines Moharia.
Ladoga.
It is Lake Ladoga, yes. Your bonuses then, St Catharines, are 3 questions on works by the director Jonathan Glazer. Which historical drama by Glazer won the Grand Prix at the 2023 Cannes Film Festival? An adaptation of a novel by Martin Amis. It centres on a Nazi commandant who lives with his family in an idyllic home next door to Auschwitz concentration camp.
Literally just came out. What's it called? No. It's like, it's not the banality of evil. It's something.
Just say. That's Hannah Arendt.
Pass.
You knew it. It was the zone of interest.
Yeah.
Loosely adapted from a science fiction novel by Michel Faber, which 2013 film by Glazer stars Scarlett Johansson as an unnamed alien living in Glasgow who preys on men?
It's not Lucy, is it?
Or maybe, yeah. Lucy?
No, it's Under the Skin. In the late 1990s, Glazer directed a number of notable music videos, including the videos for which band's singles Street Spirit, Fade Out and Karma Police?
Karma Police. Oh my God. Is that Oh, that's embarrassing that we don't know this. Anything?
Radiohead.
Oh, it actually might be. Yeah, Radiohead.
It is Radiohead. Yes, it is Radiohead. 10 points in it. Picture round now, and for your picture starter, you'll see a section of a well-known artwork. For 10 points, simply name the artist.
Wadham.
Michelangelo.
Yes, it is. Follow Michelangelo's creation of the sun and moon. Your picture bonuses, Wadham, are 3 more artworks that feature a bright sun. In each case, name the artist. First for 5 points.
Picasso, maybe.
I was thinking Paul Klee.
Paul Klee could, the figure looks
let's
much
do
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
Nominate Chung.
Paul Klee.
Correct.
Nice.
Second.
I don't know. What is it?
Van Gogh.
It doesn't.
No.
I don't know. It doesn't.
No,
look
it looks
Van
later.
Gogh-y.
Or it could be like.
I don't know.
That's
Some
gonna be
bits of
Ilya
it sort of look like early, like Klimt or
Vereshchagin?
something. I don't know. Russian. Go Russian.
Which one? Vereshchagin.
Yeah.
Nominate Chung.
Vereshchagin.
No, that's Edvard Munch. Finally, this artist.
What?
Oh,
That's.
Have you seen this?
Could it be Kandinsky?
that's what I was thinking.
Okay, let's go with it. Yeah.
Kandinsky.
Yes, it is Vasily Kandinsky. Let's start the question. According to the literary critic F.R. Leavis, which of George Eliot's novels would have been a major classic had it been retitled Gwendolen Harleth? Leavis believed that Harleth...
St Catharines Jarvis.
Daniel Deronda.
It is Daniel Deronda, yes. Your 3 bonuses then, St Catharines, are on exchange rates. What specific term refers to the practice of attaching or tying a currency's exchange rate to the currency of another
Pegging.
country?
Pegging.
Yes. Which New York hotel gives its name to a 1985 accord between the USA and other countries to depreciate the US dollar?
Nominate Mo Harir.
Bretton Woods.
No, it's the Plaza Accord. Which Central American country pegs its currency, the Balboa, to the US dollar?
Panama.
Yes. No starter question. What surname is shared by the German mathematician who gives his name to a criterion to determine if a polynomial is irreducible over the rational numbers, and the Russian director of the films Stachka and Battleship Potemkin?
Wadham Bellamy.
Eisenstein.
Yes. Your bonuses then, Wadham, are 3 questions on the human brain. Which US neuropsychologist won a Nobel Prize in 1981 for his research into the functional specialization of the cerebral hemispheres? His work, often colloquially called split brain research, utilised participants who had severed corpora callosa due to epilepsy treatment.
I know it's Sperry and Gazzaniga, but I think they're two. It's one name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just pick.
Sperry.
Yeah.
Sperry.
Yes. What
Nice.
area of the brain is responsible for the comprehension of written and spoken language? It is located in the superior temporal gyrus in the dominant hemisphere of the brain, which for most people is the left.
Wernicke's area.
Yeah.
Nominate Chung.
Wernicke's area.
Yes. Which much-quoted case study survived a tamping iron through the frontal lobe in an 1848 accident? The significant change in personality that followed aided speculation on the role of the prefrontal cortex in behaviour.
Phineas Gage. It's Phineas Gage.
Yeah, Phineas Gage.
Correct. Let's start the question. By analogy with the word fresco, what Italian term is used to refer to the technique of painting a mural onto a...
St Catharines Myers.
A fresco.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. A mural onto a dried plaster surface. The word in question means dry.
Wadham Chung.
Gouache.
No, it's secco. What is the largest island by area that is fully within Indonesian territory?
St Catharines Moharia.
Java.
No,
Wadham Bilore.
Sumatra.
it is Sumatra, yes. Your bonuses then, Wadham, are 3 questions on a Greek mythological figure. According to Hesiod's Theogony, which mythological figure was one of 3 sisters who lived in the frontier land towards night? Her sisters being Stheno and Euryale?
I think it's Medusa.
You think?
Go for it.
Medusa.
Yes. Stone Blind, a retelling of the Medusa story, is a novel by which British author? Her previous works include The Children of Jocasta and 1,000 Ships.
Nominate Bellamy.
Natalie Haynes.
Yes. An image of Medusa's head is the logo of which fashion house launched in Milan in 1978? According to some stories, the inspiration for the logo came from the ancient ruins where the company's founder played as a child.
Versace.
Yes. Let's start the question now. Urbain Fabre, Ultime Fauchelevent, and Monsieur Madeleine are among the aliases used by which literary character convicted of the theft of a loaf of bread in a novel of
St. Catharines, Mahuria.
Jean Valjean.
Yes, correct. Your bonuses then, St. Catharines, are on names of taxonomic ranks which are also words used in mathematics. 5 points for each. You can identify from the definition. First, a word used in group theory to describe both the number of times an element must be composed with itself to yield the identity, and also for the number of elements in a group.
Order.
Yes, secondly, a word used in topology for the largest number of non-intersecting simple closed curves that can be drawn on a surface without separating it.
Genus, maybe? Okay, yeah. Genus?
Yes, finally, a word used for the allowable inputs of a function. That is, if a function sends a set x to a set y, this word is used for set
Domain?
x. Yes, another starter question. Answer as soon as your name is called. In total, how many electrons, protons and neutrons form a neutral atom of the isotope carbon-14?
Wadham Bilore.
20.
Correct, well done. 2 questions on the Belgian city of Tournai. Born in Tournai in the mid-5th century, Clovis I was a member of which royal dynasty, regarded as the first to unite the Franks?
Valois.
Valois?
Yeah. Valois.
No, you're centuries away. It's the Merovingian dynasty. Which pretender to the English throne claimed in his confession to have been born in Tournai following his capture in 1497? He was later executed after being accused of impersonating Richard, Duke of York, the son of Edward IV.
Oh.
Executed in the end of 1400s.
Is this? I think this is. I don't know. It might be a Charles or something.
Which Charles will be back?
Charles.
It's not Bonnie Prince Charles.
Come on.
I don't have anything else.
Yeah.
What, Charles II?
Charles II.
That was Perkin Warbeck. Finally, Winchester Cathedral contains a notable example of what item of church fitting created from black stone known as Tournai marble? It depicts miracles from the life of St. Nicholas.
Stained glass windows.
Which Winchester Castle?
Winchester
No,
Cathedral.
Cathedral,
it's asking for the fitting, right? Or
No,
is
it's
that
the
which
cathedral.
Winchester
I don't know the
Cathedral?
name of it. In
Salisbury's in
cathedrals.
Winchester.
You know,
Salisbury.
No, it's font. Let's start a question now. What 2 letters begin French words meaning stool, stain, drum, carpet and bull?
Wadham Bellamy.
TA.
TA is correct. Your bonuses, Wadham, are on playwrights who have won the Nobel Prize in Literature. In each case, name the playwright from the description. First, an Italian dramatist who won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1997. His works include Accidental Death of an Anarchist and Can't Pay, Won't Pay. And at the bell, St. Catharines College Cambridge have 120 and Wadham, Oxford have 180. It was so tight until the last sort of 5 minutes. But crucially, the last 5 minutes is where the game is decided. You're terrific contestants. You had a good time?
Yeah, good.
Definitely.
Well, we've absolutely loved having you. Thank you so much for coming in. Who knows, 120 might be... I mean, I think it's going to be pretty tough, but it might be enough for you guys to come back. Let's see. Wadham, gosh, you made that stressful for yourselves, didn't you? You sort of you went to sleep for about 10 minutes in the middle for some reason. It wasn't entirely obvious.
We're just taking a break.
Just taking a break, just chilling out. OK, that was a wonderful performance. Well done. We shall see you again for sure. I hope you can join us next time for another first-round match. But until then, it is goodbye from St. Catharines College, Cambridge.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Wadham College in Oxford.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.